All right, folks, we should be back. We got our overlays up now. We're about to grid up here to get this race started. Thank you for your patience with these technical difficulties with this overlay happening. We should be all sorted now. As you see, these guys still haven't left pit lane, so you didn't miss anything. Here we go. Pulling off pit lane now. Let me get you to starting grid. We're going to make one trip around here before we go green. So first place, top of the board, Dylan Bryant doing what he needs to win this championship. Starting from the pole, Kelly Kill in second, Mike Adamson third, Chris Goins, your current series leader, starting in fourth, John Gallagher fifth, James Lee sixth, Andy Player seventh, Dave Mayberry in eighth. In ninth position, Trevor Robertson. 10th is Jonathan Osborne. 11th, Jesse Redding. Andrew Cawthon in 12th, Tom Bears 13th. In 14th, you have Scott Milner. 15th, Aaron Warren. John Shanebacher 16th. 17th, Mike Everidge. Jacob Elisha 18th. And 19th is Albert Anderson. And that's your grid, folks, as we're going to get rolling here. It should be an awesome championship round. Make sure you like and subscribe. Support these drivers, support the channel. We would appreciate it. Thank you. Should see this pace truck pull off here. We're going to get underway. 85 laps around this 2-mile venue that no longer exists in reality, but thankfully we have it here in iRacing to enjoy. Flagman's going to control this start, not the leader. And we are underway, folks. We are green. 51 gets a great jump on that outside line there. Dylan Bryant sporting some new colors, going with the DuPont paint scheme here tonight. You see we're 2x2 back through the field there. Right now, Dylan Bryant's got first position well in hand. Kelly Kill up there in second, running great here so far tonight. Nice qualifying run. Chris Goins now up to third, one spot already. In that number 1 High Tide Hospitality machine. You can see there's a lot of lines here, folks, that people are able to run. Very wide track. Can get dicey sometimes, 2 and 3 wide as you go into the corners here. Get you a little bird's eye view from the chopper cam. Already starting to spread out just a bit. So just give you a little bit of detail here. The 26 laps is about what they can go on a fuel run. So that's why they only have a couple sets of extra tires over the wall. But still going to have to manage that. 3 sets of tires in total is not a lot. If you scuff them up in an accident, get spun out, something of that nature, you're definitely going to be in the hurt locker and drop into the rear. So I never did give you the atmospherics here tonight, so let me talk about that. All right, folks, 69 degrees is the ambient air temperature. It's pretty cool out there. Track temp's not much hotter, 73 degrees, 65% humidity. Got a pretty stiff wind at about 12 miles per hour out of the southwest, and we're under clear skies, so it's cold out there for California standards. Pretty cool. Night race, lots of grip. And right now, these boys better figure out how to catch Superman, or what was Superman now is the Rainbow Warrior truck, that 51 machine of Dylan Bryant. Chris Goins has made his way up into second position to chase down his championship rival. As you see, the 01 of Kelly Kill pushing him. It is a drafty track. It's not quite like Talladega or Daytona, but draft will play into this significantly at times. It's kind of got that great balance, kind of like Michigan as well, where you still have to take care of your tires more so than you do at a drafting track, pure drafting track. But at the same time, draft does come into effect. Hey, I got Albert Anderson Sr. out there saying, great job overcoming the technical difficulties. Hey, thank you, Mr. Anderson. The gremlins always try to come out right at race time. It's an interesting thing that happens because we had this up for like an hour ahead of time, and then as soon as I clicked on go, there went the overlays. And I definitely want to have these for you guys more than anything, so it helps me paint the picture of what's going on out there. See the 01 kind of getting around here trying to challenge Chris Gomes for that lead right now. Not the lead, rather, but second place. 123 of John Gallagher putting his nose into the hunt here, along with the 81 of Jonathan Osborne. 6 laps into this, so far clean and green. As I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, the first part at least, this is the championship race. We will crown a Vanquish champion for Season 3 here tonight. It is also the beginning of a new era after we finish this race, as this series will transition to the ARCA car for next season. Just love how this track, you can fan out. If you don't like where you're running or you feel like you're faster than the competitor, you have options. High, low, middle, somewhere in between. You can definitely run all over this track. Let's jump to the back here, maybe come back up through the field. Let you know maybe where your favorite driver stands. I do want to talk about folks who started in the back for penalties tonight, so you understand why they're there. But we did have, coming out of Vegas, we had the 31 of Jacob Alicia had a penalty, the 82 of Mike Everidge, and the 12, you're looking at Mr. John Shanebachler, who is currently running in the 19th position. John races with us out of Louisville, Kentucky, and he's definitely going to have his work cut out for him tonight. Here of late, between both the Vanquish and the Premiere Series, we've had a lot of green flag runs where maybe the race has 1 or 2 cautions. As we see the 29 dropping back of Dave Mayberry. Don't know if he had some trouble. Maybe a little bit of a maybe saving his stuff there. Or a brush with the wall, but didn't catch anything, so if we get a chance, we'll ask him about it. Okay, so Dave's in 19th now. John Shanebachler's in 18th. 17th position, Andrew Cawthon out of Bartow, Florida. He's down 5 spots from where he began the night. Jump up here's a ways, the 35 machine of Tom Barish out of Pass Christian, Mississippi. You can see he's got some really hungry hounds in front of him. He really don't have anywhere to go until he gets that rolling roadblock out of his way. Running 16th. Jacob Alicia, I mentioned, he started with a penalty tonight out of Indianapolis. Already up 1 spot, running 15th. Mike Everidge, up 5 positions, starting to overcome that penalty pretty quick. He's always fast here at Fontana. Expect to see him up towards the front here before too long, 10 laps in. Scott Milner, the 19, racing with us out of Pittsburgh, Indiana. Up 1 spot, running 13th. Aaron Warner, Jasper, Alabama's own, well, he was running 12th. He's being passed now by Scott Miller. Now he's 13th, up 2 spots, starting to fade just a bit. Albert Anderson got his Sunoco paint scheme on him tonight, racing with us out of Washington, D.C. Albert is also the primary sponsor for this series with his company, Tow Call. So if you live in the Washington, D.C. metro area and you find yourself in need of a tow, a jump start, a lockout, or a tire change, get in touch with Tow Call. They'll be out with fast and friendly service and help you promptly. You can reach them via the email. That's towcallroadside@gmail.com. All together, towcallroadside@gmail.com. We thank Albert for supporting both the Premiere and the Vanquish Series here this season as the primary sponsor. We're going to carry on up through the field. Jump up here a ways with Andy Player. Andy is one of our 4 onboard cameras tonight. Andy races with us out of Concord, New Hampshire. Right now holding down that 10th position. Down 3 spots. He began in 6th. Might have had a little bad luck dicing it up or just choosing to look for the long run here. He does a lot of strategizing between fuel and tires and things of that nature. Just when you think he might be out of it, he pulls a rabbit out of the hat. Doing a great job here tonight. Moving forward to James Lee, a 54 machine racing out of Villa Rica, Georgia. James holding down that 9th position just behind John Gallagher. Looking to make a move here, maybe follow the 6th. Looks like John is on the move. As you see the 81 fading, maybe had to hit the wall there. That's Jonathan Osborne. Jonathan still up 1 spot from where he began. Now he's in 9th as he dropped back behind James Lee and John Gallagher. Jonathan also has an onboard camera for us this evening, racing out of Woodbury, New Jersey. We appreciate the fact that he hooks us up with this extra content so you can see how these racers are getting it done in reality. All right, Trevor Robertson out of McCrory, Arkansas. He's up 3 spots in the 6th position right now. Scraping that wall, working on the paint job a little bit. Maybe a few ounces of less paint, make him faster. He's looking to be challenged right now by Gallagher right behind him, really drafting and looking to take the move here. Don't know if he's going to get it done with Trevor's momentum on the outside line. In 5th position, we have Jesse Redding in that 21 machine racing out of Knoxville, Iowa. Doing a great job here tonight. Then we have your series leader, Chris Gomes, here in the 4th position. He was in 2nd at one point. He's faded a bit. He's still, right now, perfectly positioned to win the championship here tonight. If Dylan Bryant wins, and Dylan Bryant is in the lead right now, then Mr. Gomes has to finish 12th or better to take home the hardware. You see right now, Chris is trying to make his way around the 01 machine of Kelly Kill. And we do have an onboard for Kelly as well tonight, racing with us out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. So as you can see here, one machine starting to make his way back forward. Seen him do this before, where he lets some people pass him, takes care of his stuff, takes care of the rubber on his truck, and then starts to make his way back forward in the other direction. You see a little slide job by the 01 in front of the 88. He goes back down for the crossover. Now Mike Adamson is up into the 2nd spot again. Get you a better view here. This is just how racy it is, folks. They're going back and forth. 01, 21 into 1. The 6 is trying to push his way through. All the while, Dylan Bryant's still out there in the lead. However, his lead has shrunk. He is down to a 0.2. Fluctuates as they enter the turn here. Just some tremendous racing going on right now. Take a look back from Dylan Bryant, still out here in front, holding on to that about quarter-second lead. You see Adamson looking to maybe go to the low side here. We have remained clean and green so far. Lori will probably get on to me in the chat. Not wanting to jinx it, but they're doing a great job. Starting to get spread out pretty well here. Let's take a look at the track map. Everybody's still in the same straightaway. You can see as you look back from the leader, we are starting to get a bit of a spread. Coming to 20 laps complete. This race is just flying by. And as I mentioned, they should be able to run about 26 laps. Depends on how much the driver is trying to save, how much draft that they're in, things of that nature. So the next 5 or so laps, we should see pit stops. Trevor Robertson's taking over the second position now. And now Mike Adamson takes it back. So let's talk about next season a little bit. We will be changing vehicles. The Vigilante Vanquish Series is proud to announce that the official vehicle for Season 3, or Season 4 rather, is going to be the ARCA car. After gathering input from our drivers and weighing the identity of the series, we're excited to confirm that the ARCA becomes the new weapon of choice for Vanquish, and which has always stood apart as our dedicated Speedway battleground. And now the ARCA platform is going to bring that perfect blend of speed, grit, and unpredictability to elevate the identity of this series even further. You can expect tighter packs, bolder moves, and the kind of edge-of-your-seat racing that defines what Vanquish has been all about. So this marks a major step forward in the series, a fresh challenge, a new feel, and a chance for every driver to carve their legacy into the brand new era. Season 4 is shaping up to be the most intense yet, so be sure to tune in, strap in, and get ready for the chaos, strategy, and the speed that only the Vanquish can deliver. The next chapter will start next Friday, and there's no break in this series, folks, so the 6th of February will be the first race of the ARCA era.
Pitting next time by.
I just heard that 51, your leader, is planning to pit next time by. You may have heard it with me. Or he's out there in chat saying you are correct. Do not jinx it. Okay. Kathy A out there saying good evening, everyone. Hello, Lori. Let's get it done, nephew. Talking about Albert Anderson. Kyle saying, hey, tight racing indeed. Wish you were on the track out here tonight, Kyle.
10's pitting.
Sounds like a lot of them are hitting pit lane. Heard of 10 and others. Here they come. So pit lane, we got Adamson, Robertson, Kill, Osborne, Lee, Anderson, Mike Everidge, Milner, Cawthon, and Mayberry. Top 6 now, or top 8 stayed out. So you got Gomes is still out there. Followed by John Gallagher, Jesse Redding, Andy Player, Jacob Alicia, Tom Barish, Aaron Warren, and John Shanebacher. Now, this is going to play in, if this goes green the entire way, these extra laps that these guys have been able to carve out are going to make a difference.
Well, I didn't mean to hit lane there, but I didn't want to be in everybody's way.
You see your current leader, Gomes, making his way down. So Gomes, Gallagher, Redding, Player, Alicia, Barish, Warren, and Shanebacher, the 8 who stayed out, are coming in this time, choosing just to go one extra lap. So as we watch that, you see the 51 is coming off pit lane. He should be able to make his way around and reassume the lead here. We'll see if he had a good pit stop or not. Once they blend together, that will tell the tale. He coming around 3 and 4. You're going to see pit lane entrance on his left. He's going to pass probably most, if not all of these guys. You see him filtering off pit lane now. He passes the 99, and there is the one truck. Chris Gomes is going to overtake him and take the lead here. Chris is not going to be that far behind. He will have one lap fresher tires, as will the other 8 who went in on the second round of pit stops there. We are 25 laps complete. They did not quite get to 26. Looks like everybody went in. The first round was at 23, and then the second 8 went in at 24. So will that come into play as we make our way through the rest of this race? Edith Anderson in the chat saying hello to VRL. Team Albert is here. Let's have another one just like the other one. She's talking about Mr. Albert in the Premiere Series on Wednesday night. Brought home the hardware, winning that race, being pushed by his teammate, and what was a nail-biter of a finish, folks. Lori's out there saying, who is TM Kitchen and Grill? Yes, indeed. We thank you folks for tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Support the series, support the drivers, if you've got a favorite driver out here. If you want to join the grid, Lori's always looking for talent. We have a bit of a waiting list right now, but we may be able to get you in within this next coming season or thereafter. We have 2 series. You're watching Friday night series right now, the Vanquish Series, and the Premiere Series is on Wednesdays. So now that we made our way through the pit stops, we're going to make our way through the field again, folks, from the front to the back this time. Current leader with a 2-second lead over Trevor Robertson is Dylan Bryant here. 51 machine is out in the win tonight, doing everything he needs to do to win this championship. It may be all for naught, even if he wins and leads the most laps. If Chris Gomes is able to finish 12th or better, he's not going to be able to be overtaken for the championship for the season. Moving back to second place, you have Trevor Robertson having a great season overall. He had some bad luck a couple times, always fast, but just a little bit unlucky this season. Otherwise, he would be in the mix right now for that championship as well. 123 of John Gallagher is in the mix right here, but he's not on the same lap with these guys. Let's see where he's at. Yeah, he's 1 lap down to these leaders right now. He's running 18th. He's in the mix there, though. Must have had some trouble in pit lane. We got Mike Adamson out of Sanford, Florida. Mike has a camera with us tonight. It's been a while since he had one. He had to get a new setup for that, and he does indeed have one. Mr. Top Gun himself racing with us out of Sanford, Florida. We appreciate him giving us this content as well. You see the focus on his face there, and he does the lean there, folks. We all do it. I do it. I think we all do it. I think most of the guys do. When you really get immersed in this racing, you'll find yourself doing things that you would do in real life. You can see you kind of wheeling it through the corner there. Great camera shot. We appreciate that, Mike. Kelly Kill's next up and running in 4th. He's down 2 spots. He did start the race in 2nd position. Kelly races with us out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Let's see if we can get a look at his camera too. Next up, 5th position, James Lee in that 54 machine. And we're indeed getting pretty spread out here, folks. Let's take a look at that track map. Now you can see it. We're a lot more spread out. So whatever you see on the track map, you see the number 5 in this case circled by the green. It's a green circle around the 5. That's who we're looking at on your screen right now. The 54 of James Lee is running in the 5th position, therefore the 5. And it's circled in green, signifying that that's who we're looking at. Just so I can orient you to the map there. Just behind him, he has Andy Player, that Apex Marconi setup shop machine. Andy also racing with us tonight with an onboard. Looking very focused as well. This is a track you really got to concentrate and hit your marks. If you're off by the slightest bit, it will negatively affect your lap time. Next up, Chris Gomes. Now he's running 7th, creeping back towards that 12th position. So Dylan Bryant's definitely pouring on the heat here tonight for Chris. He's has to make sure he stays inside that top 12 to be safe for the championship. Right now he has Tom Barish trying to hunt him down in 8th position in that 35 machine. Tom races with us out of Pass Christian, Mississippi. Having a really good run tonight, up 5 spots from where he started. Back a ways, you got Mike Evers racing out of Melbourne, Kentucky. Mike is up 10 positions, having a great run here tonight. He had to start at the back because of a penalty, but he is definitely headed in the right direction in that 82 machine. Next up, 21 machine of Jesse Redding out of Knoxville, Iowa, running in 10th. The 11th position, you have Jonathan Osborne racing out of Woodbury, New Jersey. Jonathan slid back just a little bit. I think I saw him scrape the wall in that first run. Don't know if he had to use his fast repair. He's still up against that wall. He does like to run around the rim. He's only down 1 spot. He did start the race in 10th. Looking to make a recovery here, maybe make a run at this win here tonight. Next up, got Andrew Cawthon. Looks like he's being challenged right now by John Shanebachler, that 12 machine. Closer himself, racing out of Louisville, Kentucky. Really tight pack of racing here, folks. Between that, you got Scott Milner in the 19, out of Pittsboro, Indiana. And Aaron Warren, Jasper, Alabama. He's making his way around the 19 now. Let's stick with this for a moment, see how this works out. It's getting really tight. He has to get out of the gas there. So I think they've worked it out now. So we'll continue on back through the field here. Jump back here was Dave Mayberry. You can see he's in a pocket all by himself, running in the 16th position, down 8 spots from where he began the night. So must have had an issue in that first run, or something happened on the pit stop there, because he's starting to drop back quite a bit. On 17th, we have Jacob Elisha in the 31 machine. We usually see Jacob coming on strong towards the end of these runs. So maybe some issues there as well. Right now, holding down 17th in that Chevy Silverado. Next up, John Gallagher. We saw him. He was running fast early on out of Roseville, California. This driver currently holding down 18th. And he is a lap down now. And for the Anderson clan out there, I don't know what's happened here, but Albert's running in 19th position. Let's take a look and see if we get a glimpse of his right side here. The nose of the truck looks okay. Trying to get in. I don't really see any damage. That's not to say he didn't get any and then have to take his fast repair as he started the night. Spoiler looks okay and everything. I'm sure these guys who are a lap down are hoping for a caution. We're 38 laps into this, and we've been green the entire time. So let's see what happens. But that is through the field, folks. A little light on the field tonight. Last race of the season as we get ready to go into ARCA. We should see a significant bump next week, as we have, I think Lori told me, about 35 to 40 drivers already signed up for ARCA. Oh! Well, 123 getting the wall there. See if he's okay. Looks like he's all right. Not too much worse for the wear. Sometimes, cosmetically, you can't see anything wrong with the truck, but they end up getting some damage in the steering, and that can affect how it obviously affect your speed and your tire wear. All right, Kyle's out there in the chat saying he thinks that Albert and John may have had bad pit stops or a penalty, maybe for perhaps getting on pit lane too fast or coming off. iRacing will give you a 40-second penalty for those types of infractions, or maybe even unsafe entry if you kind of miss the commitment cone getting on the pit lane.
Wonder if they're picking up any tricks back there.
And we're going to jump back up here to the front, folks, and check out where your leader is. All right, Dylan Bryant, first position. He is now out to nearly a 4-second advantage. He is really putting on a clinic here tonight, showing why he's in the mix for that championship. His contender is down to 8th position, so Chris Gomes is making it interesting for kind of falling back through the ranks here. Don't know if this track doesn't suit his driving style or what's happening here. Chris races with us out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, I've seen him kind of fall to the mid-pack occasionally. Sometimes he's doing a strategy. Sometimes it's a fuel strategy, and then you see him come on really strong at the end of the race. Now, he already has one extra lap on Dylan Bryant, and what I mean by that, he stayed out one extra lap on the first round of pit stops. Maybe he's going for 2 or perhaps 3 laps this time total between the two pit cycles, and that might be playing into his strategy. Got a pretty good battle here for second between the 6 machine of Trevor Robertson and Mike Adamson in third, with the 123 lap machine of John Gallagher in the mix here. All right, folks, we are halfway through the race right now. 43 laps, coming to 44 soon, of this 85 lap event. And we'll take a look and see. They were last on pit lane. 23 and lap 24. So for the leader, looks like he went 23 laps. Don't know if he's going to stick with that, but if he does, that means he should be in around lap 46 in another 3 laps. And that would be 47 for Chris Gomes and the other 7 drivers who went down pit lane with him.
Ken's pitting.
Well, fit. Andy, I'm pitting this time, Andy. 0-1 pitting.
Copy. No problem.
6 pitting. 6 pitting.
So we're watching Dylan Bryant on the backstretch right now. He last came in at 46. Let's see if he does it this time. Excuse me. He was last estimated to come in at 46. We'll see if he does this time or goes around. It's like he's choosing to stay out. Kelly Kill and Trevor Robertson are on pit lane. So we're making his way off now. Chris Gomes has dropped to the 12th position. However, he has already made his pit stop, folks, at lap 42.
Ken's got to come back in.
Sounds like the 10 machine of Andrew Cawthon might have a penalty calling out in the radio that he has to come back in.
88 fitting this time by. 88 this time by.
88 calling out that he's going to go on pit lane now. Dylan Bryant staying out again. Starting lap 47. Now let's take a look at Chris Goins. He is back here in the 12th position right now. That may change. Certainly should, because he has, see in front of him, everyone in front of him pretty much has not hit pit lane yet. As we see Dylan Bryant going down now as well. James Lee's on pit lane. Mike Everidge. Andrew Cawthon went back down pit lane. I think this to serve a penalty. Must have just served it. Now he's coming back off. Andy Player has the lead at the moment. Still hasn't hit pit lane yet. Dylan Bryant's on pit lane with James Lee. See the 01 machine here of Kelly Kill trying to unlap himself. Currently running in 10th. And Kyle Vaught out there saying, yeah, it seemed like after the first pit stops, they both fell a lap down. Yep. It would make sense that they had a penalty. 13's calling out. He's going in this time. Coming in at lap 49. Really ran long here. As I mentioned previously, players known to run these kind of really strategic rounds. And he may be doing the same thing again here. Yet to pit, you have Jacob Alicia. See if he comes in this time.
31 in.
Last in, yep, he's calling out. He's hitting pit lane. The last on pit lane at 25. $50 laps in the books. 35 laps to go, folks. We're going to jump back to Dylan Bryant, who's just now passed Jacob and is going to take over the lead here.
Appreciate it.
It looks like everyone's already made their pit stops. You got Jacob Alicia, the only one still. Now he's making his way out. And we're through another round of green flag pit stops. It should be that most of these drivers are going to be out of tires, folks. Coming in here, they only had 3 total sets. What they started with, plus 2 over the wall. We've made 2 sets of green flag pit stops here. Got Jacob Alicia coming off of pit lane at lap 51. We estimated they could go about 26 laps as a maximum. That's really only going to get them to about 77.
Chris got a set of fresh tires, don't you?
I'm thinking maybe we saw Chris Goins drop back after that first set by not taking any tires. So that was kind of the hard choice that we're going to have to make here tonight. Do I take tires every time I hit pit lane for fuel? When do I decide to double stint my tires, which is to go 2 cycles without changing them? And I think Chris Goins may have taken his medicine early on. And now we see the result that he is up into 4th position. Although he does have 5-lap older tires than your leader, Dylan Bryant. But Chris, again, only has to finish 12th or better to win this championship here tonight.
low, Albert. Go low, Albert.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, and some of these guys, you know, they are just hoping for a caution here. You got Albert Anderson, man. He's just running back here in 18th, and he really is great at this track. I don't know what happened for him to kind of get off cycle, other than it must have been some kind of a penalty on pit lane that grabbed him up. Andrew caught that we heard him call out. So for all you 99 fans out there, he's having a rough time of it tonight. While we're talking about Albert, let's talk again the fact that this man has sponsored both the Vanquish and the Premiere Series with his company Tow Call. If you live in the Washington, D.C. metro area and you find yourself in need of a tow, a jump start, a lockout, or need a tire change, get in touch with Albert's company Tow Call. You can reach them via their email. That's towcallroadside@gmail.com. Altogether, towcallroadside@gmail.com. And we thank Albert again for sponsoring both the series here in the fall. And we look forward to seeing him back on the track in the Arca's machine and see what kind of damage he can do with that.
On my stream deck, and that's what it popped up.
Back up front, folks, you got Dylan Bryant still holding down that lead. That 51 machine, he's out to a 2.8 second lead over second place Trevor Robertson. And you got Mike Adamson in the 88 machine rounding out your podium at the moment. Yeah, Mike races with us out of Sanford, Florida. Been with us since the beginning. He's one of the original OGs for this this league. Being challenged right now by Chris Gomes for this position. He's going to be kind of stuck to running the high side here. Is the one's going to try to side draft a bit. Didn't quite get close enough, but he's going to dive down to the bottom. As you can see, Mike is running that very high line. And it just depends on the driver. I mean, just risk versus reward running that high line. You can get a lot of momentum, a lot of speed out of it. If you have one misstep, though, you're going to pay the price. It's like Chris Gomes has found his second win. He's up to third now. He actually had 4-lap older tires than Mike Adamson. Now I say that, but we don't know if Mike took tires on that last stop. And it certainly looks like that Chris Gomes took tires. As I mentioned, he may have been running strategy earlier, and he certainly was. Just kind of ride along with him right here. And he is trying to chase down Trevor Robertson. He can see his prey in front of him, the 6 machine and the 51. Kind of looking at the pit times here. It can be misleading because they do have to take a full fuel tank. Sometimes you can see if, but just based on the time they were on pit lane, whether or not they took tires. It looks like it's hard to tell right here. See, 47 seconds for Bryant to 49 seconds for Chris Gomes. It's only a 2-second difference. Now, Chris races with us out of Charlotte, North Carolina. You hear how much he's having to get out of the throttle to get around, get the car rotated to get through the turn. He's got that high tide hospitality machine in the wind right now, trying to track down Trevor Robertson. The difference is just over half a second, about 0.6, and dropping as he's starting to really get the draft on the 6 machine. He's basically there, folks. Going for the dive into turns 3 and 4. He's going to be able to pull the slide job here. Significantly faster than the 6 at the moment. Rick gets up next to that wall. Now, Mr. Gold's running second. He is 2.8 seconds behind your leader at the moment, but he's closing. 25 laps remain.
Thank you, sir.
Who's your horse, folks? Let me know in the chat.
This time.
As we're hitting 25 to go, we're hearing some folks are starting to hit pit lane already for that last stop. 54 machine of James Lee. Just making his way down right now. Let's see if that brings anyone else with him. Yeah, Chris Goins has certainly closed in on the leader at 1.8 seconds. So this was going to be a battle, folks, and it has been exactly what we expected. I was kind of surprised earlier, but I did mention that maybe it was a strategy play on the part of Chris Goins, kind of drop the back mid-pack there. We've seen him do that before, and that certainly was the case here tonight. Now he's up here in striking distance of the win, not to mention the championship. Now, he does not have to pass Mr. Bryant to win the championship here tonight. Finishes right where he is. He's only going to lose 5 points to him, and he wins the championship while Bryant takes home the trophy for the race. It's been a tremendous season. Dylan Bryant is the defending champion, and he has really put on a clinic here tonight so far. But he does have Chris Goins closing in on him now, just over a second. And Chris is starting to sniff that draft. Don't know when these guys are going to hit pit lane, but we're going to take a quick run through the field. So that's second place. Trevor Robertson's in third, not that far behind Chris Goins. May have something to say about this race before it's over himself. Andy Player running in fourth position. Jesse Redding here in the 21 machine, running fifth.
Hey, catch this draft and go on by, buddy.
And John Schabacher's talking to the 99, saying, hey, take the draft, go ahead, go low. It's not for position here, folks. But John is running in sixth, up 11 spots from where he started the race. Good run for him tonight. Got Kelly Keel here out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. He's hitting pit lane right now from seventh position. Might see if we can get a word with him once he gets off pit lane. Got Laura in the chat out there. Actually, Kyle's saying that he thinks Goins may have this one locked in. That's it for the championship. Chris Goins on pit lane right now as well. Let's jump over and look at that. He was the leader. And that's because the 51 had already made his pit stop. Dylan Bryant came in at 63. And I'm thinking he may have taken tires. Let's take a look and see if Chris has taken tires. He is indeed. Coming down to 20 laps to go, folks. Lori's in the chat saying Dylan was a two-time champion of both the VRL and the Vanquish last season. And he was the first. That is true. First driver in the series, or the league history, rather, to take home the championship of both series in the same season. And here he goes at 51 around the one here. So this is going to be the dogfight here for the championship and for the win. Now, if Goins gets up here wanting to really dogfight with the 51, he's probably going to think better of it, knowing that he's in a great position right now to be the overall champion. And you wouldn't want to lose that for a wreck in the final laps here of the season. So right now, these guys are not leading. Chris Goins is running 5th. Dylan Bryant's running in 4th. You got Osborne, Alicia, and Gallagher staying out so far. Probably hoping for a caution would put them in a really great position to maybe take home the victory here tonight. Chris Goins is 1.42 seconds behind Dylan Bryant. All right, folks. Jonathan Osborne's out here leading the race right now. What we're going to do is we're going to step away and do a crank it up for you. So if you want to hear what it sounds like in these virtual trucks, crank up your headphones, that television set, or your computer. Most of these guys have it turned wide open for full immersion. And we'll be right back. All right, folks, we're under 15 laps to go here. Hope you enjoyed that Crank It Up segment. Saw a pretty good battle going on here between Robertson and Goins. And looks like he may have it covered this time. That is Goins. Right in front of him, and they are both 1.4 seconds behind your leader with 14 to go.
123.2.
So Chris Goins is starting to chop down that lead just a bit. Down to 1.32. Will he get there? You can see Bryant out of his front windshield here. Actually, let me go inside so you can see from the windshield view. He's chopping down about a tenth or so a lap. And that will get him there. But unless he gains a little bit more of a chunk here, it's going to just get him to the back bumper of the 51. Now, getting there and getting past him is a whole other matter. Now, I say that, and he just chopped off a tremendous amount down that front stretch. He's down to nearly just a second behind the 51 machine. Maybe getting a little bit of an aero assist off of that 6 machine behind him, taking the air off of the spoiler. We were just around a 1 second gap here. If he gets it under a second, he will likely really start to suck up to the back end of that number 51. Now, kind of remained steady throughout the rest of that lap. He gained a lot in this turn last time. Right at 1 second for the first time, drops under 1 second, but bumps back up. If Goins is able to bring this home tonight, he will be a first-time champion here in the Vigilante Racing League. Had a tremendous season so far. He has the most wins in this series, sitting at 4 right now. And I'll double check here for you, but I want to say the next closest in wins this season is going to be Dylan Bryant at 2. And that is true. Both Trevor Robertson and Bryant have 2 apiece. Other winners this season, you have Mike Adamson and Kelly Kill, Craig Goodenough, all have 1 per. Chris Goins has really turned it on this season, and that he's showing why in 10 laps he may be hoisting the championship trophy here for the Vanquish Series. Still kind of remaining steady, 10 laps to go, just under a second, sitting at around 9/10. Like I said, getting there and past is going to be 2 different things. We're going to jump to the back here, come through the field real quick, and maybe we'll see this play out here towards the end. Andrew Cawthon running 19th right now. Tom Barish, 18th. Albert Anderson, 17th position, having a rough night tonight. Jacob Elisha, also pretty rough night for his standards, running 16th. John Gallagher running 15th. Dave Mayberry, 14th. 8 laps to go, folks. That lead at the front's dropped down to just over half a second. We'll jump back up there if it gets much closer. Everett, 13th. Scott Milner in 12th. 11th, Aaron Warren. Jonathan Osborne running 10th. James Lee in 9th. Kelly Kill, 8th position. John Shanebuckler running 7th. Jesse Redding at 6th. Andy Player, 5th. Mike Adamson, 4th. Trevor Robertson, we're back at the front now, folks. Running right on the rear deck of Chris Goins. He is not out of this for the win, as we have a 3-way battle now for the win of this race. And this could get dicey for Goins. He's the current championship leader. He wants to win this race, no doubt, but he also wants to take home the championship trophy. How hard does he fight the 6 machine, or the 51 for that matter, for the victory? I got to say, I think Chris is a racer. It doesn't matter. He's just going to race. All 3 of these guys, I just don't think there's any quitting any of them. You see now, 6 is playing it, trying to play it cagey here. He's going to keep pushing and helping the 1, and hoping likely to take advantage of 1 or both of these guys in the final laps. For 6 to go here, folks. 6 laps to go. And 1 is there, all over the rear deck of the 51. This is what we worked towards all season. Last 5 laps of the season, and we have a championship battle in the mix and a 3-way battle for the win. Look at this. On the outside, Chris Gauls is looking to maybe drag him back a bit. And he's there. He's got a momentum on the outside. 51 is going to duck into behind him. 6 is looking to take advantage. 51 did not have the momentum he needed coming out of that turn because he wasn't able to get there. And the 6 is making a play now. All the way up to the side panel of the 1 machine. 51's coming back into the picture here. This is incredible, folks. 51 is not giving up. Coming around for 3 laps to go. 6 has got an incredible run here. He's going to try to duck down into the 51 machine. He's there. They're side by side. Look at the tremendous amount of respect between these drivers. Not choosing to rough each other up. They're just racing it out. It's what we've come to expect from these guys in the Vigilante Racing League.
Hey, buddy. I got a speeding penalty on pit road that pretty much ended my night.
Yeah, I just heard Albert Anderson confirm, folks, on the radio that he had a speeding penalty on pit lane.
You and me both.
And without the benefit of any cautions, they were not able to get back into this race. Chris Gauls looking to take home the victory. It would be his 5th of the season. And also the championship here tonight.
Yeah, especially when it stays.
Oh, 51 gets a little piece of the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when it's exiting the pit.
6 may have a run here getting into turns 3 and 4. Chooses not to duck down there. 2 to go. All Chris Gauls wants to see is that white flag, folks. He gets to the white flag. There's no caution. That means this race will be over on the next flag, whether that be the checker or the caution flag. Actually, iRacing won't even stop it. They'll let them race it out. 51 gets a whale of a run coming out of 3 and 4. He's there. He's not out of this win at all. Robertson trying to go around the outside of 51 just like the 1 did. It's going to be able to keep it out of the wall. Not quite. Half a lap to go. Can the 51 get there? He's going to make a run for it.
He didn't do nothing.
One's going to stay up high here. He's going to choose the momentum. What a run. The 1 machine's going to bring it around for the victory here tonight and the championship. Chris Gomes, your Season 3 Vanquish Series champion here for the Vigilante Racing League, folks. What a job. We thought he may have been fading out, but he was playing strategy early on in this race. And he showed why he was in the mix here for the championship in the Vanquish Series, overcoming a prior champion in the 51. Incredible job by Mr. Chris Gomes.
A good win, a good championship, Gomes.
Appreciate it, buddy. Good season all around. Nice racing there at the end for sure.
Not only your championship here tonight, but also your race winner, Chris Gomes, in the High Tide Hospitality #1 machine.
My bad.
So we had planned to interview the race winner and your championship winner here tonight, but we're going to have just one interview by making it one and the same.
A lot easier. And making him not a double champion here.
Got folks out there in the chat saying congratulations to Chris Gomes, and it's very deserved. Incredible season by the 51 of Dylan Bryant. Really took it to him, looking to make it back-to-back championships.
Good job all year, bud.
And he is still in the mix with 2 races to go over in the Premiere Series.
Good win there, Chris.
Thank you, John.
Congrats, Chris. Good job, buddy.
Thanks, Lord.
Give us some straight line burnouts here.
Chris Gomes and Trevor, please stand by for your interview.
All right, folks, we're actually going to interview your top three. That's Chris Gomes, Trevor Robertson, and Dylan Bryant. So make sure you don't go anywhere. But before I take a quick break and get these guys up into the booth, let's hit your results here tonight. And here they come. So, top step of the podium, obviously, Mr. Chris Gomes, second. Trevor Robertson. Dylan Bryant brings it home third. Andy Blair, fourth. Jesse Redding, fifth. Sixth position, Mike Adamson, John Shanebuckler in seventh. Kelly Kill, eighth. Ninth was Jonathan Osborne. 10th, Aaron Warren. 11th, Mike Everidge. In 12th position, James Lee. Dave Mayberry, 13th. 14th was Scott Milner. Jacob Alicia brought it home in 15th. 16th was John Gallagher. 17th, Albert Anderson. 18th, Tom Barish. And 19th, Andrew Cawthon. And that is your results here from Auto Club. And as we get set, folks, let me get them up here in the booth. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, folks, we are back and we're ready to do these interviews. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're live here every Wednesday and Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to get you started with these interviews with third place, Mr. Dylan Bryant, was last season's defending champion. Hey, Dylan, it's Alan in the booth. You got me, buddy.
Alan, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, man, what a race. I mean, it came down to it. The top guys and the points were all up there battling out not only for this win, but for the championship. You were defending as champion, man, and you put on a hell of a season and a run here tonight. How does it feel from behind the wheel?
It feels great. I'm glad that Chris got the championship. He's a clean driver. Raced me clean the entire season. I was trying to at least ruin his party a tad bit by getting the win, but I kind of burned up my stuff trying to keep a gap with two trucks drafting. So of course I'm a little bit slower and stuff, and I tried at the end to go low. I was wanting the outside there, but the run was kind of like I would have had a lift before I got there. That way I didn't push them. But yeah, man. You got to be almost perfect every race to win a championship here, because everybody is so great, and I had a few hiccups along the way, but hey, I think I finished second in the points, last season I beat Gones, and this season he beats me. So maybe my next full season, maybe Gones and I can go back and battle it out again, because I'm gonna be part-time this season because my real life racing starts back in March. So
Oh yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, hey, but congratulations on what a tremendous season here. You definitely had a championship mindset as you came into this, and you performed as a true champion. But before I let you go, do you have any shout-outs for teams, fans, or family?
yeah, just a huge shout out to Gones. He's first-time champ. I'm sure it's many more to come. We're also in a tight battle on Wednesday night, so if the fans tunes into that, it should be a battle the last two events. And also to Lori for everything that she does, and she's great. Alan, to you, Varian in the booth, you do an outstanding job. Everybody in this league, it was a fantastic season. I think that we had more flag to flag races than ever before. Everybody's doing great and stuff, and of course All Star with Albert, his company Toe Calls are our sponsor. So hopefully that will be, I'll be back for season 4, and also we got James, Mike, and Tom with us on Friday night. So a shout out to those guys.
Awesome, man. Hey, tremendous run. I'm looking forward to seeing what you do in the ARCA car for season 4. I know it'll be a limited schedule, but yeah, man, can't wait to see what happens. And congratulations once more.
Appreciate it. I hope you have a great night, Alan.
You too, man. Good night.
Good night.
All right, folks, that was your third place finisher, second in the championship overall this season. Former champion Dylan Bryant in the 51, racing out of Stem, North Carolina. Now we're going to move one more step up on the podium here to Trevor Robertson. Robertson was in the mix there in third place as he came into the night in the championship. Hey, Trevor, it's out in the booth, buddy. You got me.
Sir.
Hey, man, what a great run. What a great closing laps there. 3-truck battle for the victory here tonight. You were kind of on an outside shot, really outside of winning the championship, but you did come in here third in points. Really good season. I know you had a couple of setbacks out of your own making, but overall, how do you assess your season, and are you looking forward to the ARCA next season?
Yeah, I haven't run the ARCA yet. It's going to be a learning curve for me. I haven't, 0 seat time, so. But nah, it was a good season. Can't complain. I did have a few setbacks and missed a race, and that didn't help me none. But I'm content with my performance this season for sure.
Awesome, man. You had a tremendous. You put on a whale of a show for us here tonight. I thought you were going to snooker both of them at one point there, just kind of pushing the one machine up there, working together to get to the front. And then it was like you were going to be able to pull off the hat trick there, but wasn't quite able to. Brought it home second, though. So great job, man. And before I let you go, do you have any shout-outs for teams, fans, or family?
Just shout out to the family at home watching. I'm pretty sure my mom's watching. My sister's with my dad right now. He's pretty sick, so prayers for him. But just shout out to you in the booth, doing a good job every week. Shout out to Lori for doing a great job managing everything. And Kelly, he had a good finish tonight. That's about it.
All right, buddy. Well, I look forward to seeing you next season on track. And all well wishes to your father, man. I didn't know he was sick, but I hope he's feeling better soon. And we'll talk to you next week, man, as we kick off season 4.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, buddy. So that's your third place driver, Mr. Trevor Robertson. We're going to jump up one more step on the podium here to your champion here tonight, and your champion for the season, Mr. Chris Goins, in that number 1 high tide hospitality machine. Hey, Chris, it's out in the booth, buddy. You got me.
Yeah, buddy, I got you.
Hey, man, what a way to cap it off. I was able to do that at least once myself. It's always nice to have a walk-off win with the championship. How you feeling right now?
Oh, man, I'm on top of the world at the moment, so it still hasn't quite sunk in yet. This is my first championship with VRL and Vanquish and everything, so I'm gonna try and take this one in and enjoy it. It's tough to do. Mad respect to Dylan for being able to do it in both leagues last season. I don't know, just this one took it out of me. So, this is just been a blast.
Well, man, it was we were watching a little early on, and I was kind of hypothesizing there. I was like, man, he's kind of running towards 8th, 9th, 10th. The stuff, we've seen him do this before. A little bit of strategy. I'm thinking you didn't take tires in that first green flag stop. Am I right on that?
Yep, that is exactly it. I knew I needed a top 10 just to guarantee the championship. At the end of the day, that was the ultimate goal, right? So the race trophy was just icing on the cake, but I knew that I figured that a lot of people up front would probably take tires in that first one and then try and double stint in the middle. So I wanted to do something opposite and hope that I had saved the tires on the first run kind of enough, and I got close to Dylan there at the end of that middle stint after they were double stinting, and was able to keep it close enough to kind of keep them right there towards the end.
And you made it interesting. We were watching Dylan try to run away. I was saying he was doing everything he needed to do to try and win this championship. And you were edging closer and closer to that 10th to 12th position, which I was I was tracking. Maybe you had to finish 12th or better if you won the race. Maybe it was 10th. But, man, so you gave us some excitement in the broadcast and still brought it home in the closing laps. And those last few laps, man, were not easy for any of the three of you. You guys were just kind of throwing haymakers on each other, swapping positions there for a good bit. Was it fun? I was really concerned. I was wondering in the broadcast, you'll hear me earlier, if you were actually going to race hard or if you were going to kind of bank it on the championship. But then I kind of landed whenever I was ended that discussion on, no, he's going to race. He's a racer. All three of them are. I don't think they're really thinking about the championship at this moment.
Yeah, no, I came in fully intending to race as hard as I have all season. They always say when you change something about what you do, you end up making a mistake or something like that. So I didn't want to take it easy and screw something up. But I respect Trevor and Dylan and all these guys in this league, but especially those two for the way that we raced there at the end. Like you said, we're just kind of throwing bombs there left and right, trying to block the air and stuff like that. And I was trying to pick who to give some draft to keep them side by side behind me. It was just,
yeah,
it's all about playing the game at that point, and I couldn't have picked two better guys to race that out with there at the end.
Wow, man, you crushed it. What a great season for you. Congratulations on the championship. Congratulations on the win here tonight. I'm looking forward to what you can do in the ARCA car for season 4. And you're still in the hunt for the championship on Wednesday night with Dylan Bryant as well, and then Jacob Alicia. So it's going to come down to a nail biter there as well. You had a little bit of trouble at Talladega, but I see you guys rebounded with 2 races to go. So high drama here in the Vigilante Racing League, man. But before I let you go, do you have any shout-outs for teams, fans, or family?
Yeah, as always, High Tide Hospitality is primary on the car, on the truck. Love those guys. Got some good friends that work there. Great restaurants in the Charlotte area, Waterman Fish Bar, Sea Level Charlotte, Ace number 3. So check them out. Obviously, everybody over here in this league, as well as VRL on Wednesdays, just awesome group of guys to race with. Lori does a heck of a job keeping everybody contained, and you as well when you need to, right, Alan? So. And over here with VRN, you and Ricky on Wednesdays and you on Fridays, you do a heck of a job. I love going back and watching these things. So I just look forward to the ARCA car next season. I've got a little bit of experience in it, not much, so it should be a learning experience for all of us. And hopefully the stress of this season hasn't taken too many years off my life.
Nah, buddy. Hey, tremendous job. Congratulations one more time. And then we'll see you next week because we're not taking a break. Going right into ARCA next Friday on the 6th.
Sounds good, buddy. We'll see you then.
All right. Good night. All right, folks. That was not only your champion for tonight's race, that was your champion for season 3, Mr. Chris Gomes. We'll take one more last check on the chat. Looks like we just got a bunch of congratulations out there from Kyle Vaught, Lori Vaught. Congratulations to Chris. Indeed, first championship here. And I agree with Dylan Bryant. Probably not going to be the last. He's been super fast, super consistent, and that's what it takes to win championships here in the Vigilante Racing League. But with that, folks, man, that is going to wrap up season 3. It's in the books. And we look forward to a new era for the Vanquish Series in season 4. As we transition to that ARCA car. Again, congratulations to our new champion, Mr. Chris Gomes. Be sure to tune in next Friday, the 6th of February, no later than 8:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Season 4's kickoff. But until then, race fans, remember, stay sharp, stay fast, Above all else, stay vigilante, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
This ain't your mama's racing stream.